let's get into one of our movies this week. And I think the movie is a documentary. The movie slash documentary is called Predators. Quote, To Catch a Predator was a popular TV show designed to hunt down child predators and lure them to a film set where they would be interviewed and eventually arrested. Predators is a chilling, thought-provoking exploration of the scintillating rise and staggering fall of the show and the world it helped create. The movie from MTV Documentary Films comes out via national rollout October 3rd. Eric Holmes, he actually, and this is my fault, he saw this 2 weeks ago because I think Predators came out in select theaters a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know if you did a rewatch on this again, Eric, but you did see this a couple of weeks ago. You were very excited for me to watch it. I did not do my job and watch it, but hopefully you have the lingering memory of Predators for a review. What do you think?
I forgot all about it.
Oh no.
No. This documentary was pretty good. So I'd watch. I don't know if I've seen all of To Catch a Predator. I've
Mm,
seen most of them at least, and then they've since gone on and done like Hansen versus Predator. There's like a couple episodes of that on YouTube. I've seen those. It's kind of like I don't know, just watching predators just walk into the predator trap, and it,
get
it's
arrested.
it's weird because they act a certain way when they're talking to who they think is like a 13-year-old boy or girl or whatever the mark is. And then they're just saying all these sexually explicit things to them, what they're going to do to them. They'll show up with like a bunch of alcohol, drugs, and like condoms. And then as soon, hey, how's it going? Ooh, can't wait to see you take your shirt off. And then as soon as Chris Hansen comes out, it's like, I just was coming here to talk. I was trying to help him,
Right,
really,
exactly.
because I can't be honest with you, I wasn't even going to do anything. And
Right,
so just
exactly.
watching him change from predator to victim mode. The weird thing about this documentary is I think kind of part of its thesis is it's almost because I believe the director David Osit was in the documentary is revealed that he was a victim of sexual predators in the past. And so he would watch the To Catch a Predator as like a catharsis, I guess. And then he had issues with how they went about it. And there were certain parts like with how they do the To Catch a Predator, I guess makes sense because you want to catch if the whole point of doing a sting operation, like if I'm going to catch someone selling drugs, I want them to come to me and sell drugs and then I arrest them. That's how that should work. How it shouldn't work is for me to go to you, pressure you into buying drugs, and then when you finally give in, then arrest you for that. And
Right.
so this posits that there's might be a couple times where the mark may have pushed a little too far and maybe entice someone that wouldn't have been enticed otherwise. There's a little bit of that.
Mm,
I can tell you that that's not the majority of the predators that come. A lot of them just willingly hop onto them in a chat room or wherever they find these underage people at, and then go to meet up with them. They talk for a bit, and then Chris Hansen comes out, and then all that stuff happens. There was one particular episode where one of the predators goes to his house, and oh, how did this work out? So he was supposed to meet up with one of the marks, and then decided not to show up. It turned out I'm gonna mess this up. Either way, one of the predators ended up shooting himself in his own house. And then now it's oh, if we taken it too far or whatever. And I push back a little bit on the not that anyone should die, but they'll use the post Chris Hansen part of the Predators when they're getting in victim mode or crying or being real submissive or I'm sorry, I just need help, blah blah blah. Well, that's fine, and I sympathize with that, but I think I'm looking at crocodile tears here. You're acting this way because you got caught. It I think had someone acted like that before they engaged in that, I would be a lot more sympathetic to them. This documentary seems like it's being sympathetic, maybe towards the wrong angle of it, or not even necessarily sympathetic, but at least let's at least explore this. Like, is this the right way to go about things? And then it even asks the question, is like, why are you doing this? because Chris Hansen, are you doing this to make the world a better place, or are you doing this to sensationalize and exploit these people? And you can say that, yeah, exploit them. They're predators. Why not? But at the same time, like if you're not going to help the situation, what are we really doing? Like, for instance, like sorry, it's a family show, but quite honestly, like families, kids should know about this, that these people exist. When you have a child rapist and they go through the act and you arrest them, that's great. But I think another thing this documentary, I don't know if it explicitly asked this, but it's implied. Is there a better way to go about this? Because
Mm.
once they've done the deed, it's done. What you want to do is stop it before it happens. And then how can you do that? I wish it would have went like a little deeper into that, but for what it is, I mean, this is about the show To Catch a Predator, so it doesn't go too deep into that aspect of it. But it is a documentary, pretty good.
Interview. They obviously interview Hansen. Do they interview
Yeah,
just
they
some of the?
in fact it implies that Chris Hansen himself is a predator of a different sort.
Oh, really?
Like
Interesting.
where like the people Chris Hansen like catches, they're child predators. Chris Hansen is a predator of predators. So it's got that's the part I push back on a bit because it's got that, oh, you're racist against racist people. That's not how that works.
Okay.
That,
All right.
like if you're gonna be bigot, F you. If you're gonna be prejudiced against people who are prejudiced, fine. I don't care.
Right.
That
Right.
you can't say I can do this bad thing and you're just as bad as me because you're doing the exact same bad thing because I'm doing my bad thing. It's like, no, if you're not doing the bad thing, this other bad thing doesn't exist.
Okay. So that
So
is predator. Oh, go ahead.
it's a false equivalency. But
Right.
so there's a bit of that which kind of I push back on, but there's other stuff in the documentary that's bang on. And if you've seen To Catch a Predator, there's probably some behind the scenes stuff in this that you might not know had happened.
Mm.
And that's also interesting, just from even not a predator standpoint, but just from a behind the scenes, like, oh crap, I didn't know that was going on. That's interesting. So yeah, I pushed back on some stuff, but overall, it was a really good documentary.
What is your rating on Predators,
I
Eric?
don't know. That's tough. That's tough.
Again, national rollout is Friday, October 3rd. Currently,
Yeah,
it's playing in select theaters. So
I want to go. I'll go 4.5.
4.5 stars from Eric Holmes for
I'm
Predators.
between 4 and 5. I can't quite go 5, but 4 seems still low, so I'll just split it down the middle, go four and a
Okay.
half.
All right. That's 4.5 stars from Eric Holmes for Predators, documentary from MTV Documentary Films. Again, currently playing in select theaters before it goes on a national rollout Friday, October 3rd. Tell us what you think of Predators. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.